Hi guys, this is Mark, and I just saw the Stig's response to Equilibrium's open tag video, in which he asks us 5 questions about what is your videogaming setup tag. And it's 5 questions, and it basically lets you show the stuff that you use to record your video games, and you record the videos and stuff. So let me give you a look. Sometimes I use this Logitech Orb webcam, and I also use a standard definition flip video cam, yeah, the setup that I use to grab my video games from direct captures is this PC. It's a Core 2 Duo, and it's running Windows 7 at the moment, and it has a video grab card, Pinnacle capture card with S-Video in, and this is one of the consoles I have hooked up to it. It plays SNES and NES games, but I could hook up any of these consoles, my Xbox, my PlayStation 2, the MSX. I have hooked up these auto switching boxes as well. I can capture footage from this Japanese Mega Drive NTSC version. This is a PAL NTSC Mega Drive. I've got 2 Xboxes. One is that one is American, and that one is a PAL. The PlayStation 3, and yeah, I use this computer mostly to capture direct recordings, and of course I can use my other consoles as well for direct capturing. Oh yeah, I got a new TV. This TV is on its last legs, or at least it had some interference, so I'm going to keep that as a spare. This was actually a TV my dad bought just before they got a flat screen TV, and I think it's 2 years old. I think it's a 19-inch standard definition JVC TV. It has 2 SCARTs, RGB, it supports multi-format, and it's a great little TV with better speakers and better stereo sound than this one. It has video out, and I also use sometimes an Arcos 5 media recorder to capture footage directly from my consoles. The Arcos 5, perhaps I can find a picture on it, is a recorder that I use to capture footage as well. It records 50 Hz, 60 Hz, PAL, NTC, CCAM, just about any video standard available. So that's actually basically what I'm using to capture my that's the hardware that I use to capture my videos. I also use an HD camera, but it has horrible sounds, and it doesn't capture sound as good as it should. The flip video recorder has much better audio, and the HD cam that I use has very low quality mic. So a lot of the movies that I've been making have very low volume audio, and I have been I was doing a lot of things, amplifying it, extracting the audio and re-amplifying it just to make the audio hearable, but that's just good. So okay, I've already answered a couple of these questions, and the questions are, what equipment do you use to produce your gameplay videos? Well, I just about showed you all the stuff that I'm using. Which editing tools do you use to produce your gameplay vlog videos? I actually use Windows Movie Maker for some things, the live version of it. I have been using the Windows XP version of it because Windows XP was actually on this on my system. I also use Pinnacle Studio 14 HD as an editing tool, and I think some other folk on the web are using that as well. because I recognize the fonts. I think Xfile 2708 is actually using the same Pinnacle Studio 14 program, and Gamester 81, I think he also is using the same video editing software, which is very good. I also have Vegas, Sony Vegas, but I just find it very hard to use. So I'm not using. I've one license, but it's on my main system. I'm not. How much time is spent making a video before uploading to YouTube? Well, that varies a lot. It depends on whether I want to do something humoristic with it, or if it's just a video like this, a video response, it's fairly quickly. I even change glasses in the meantime. Sometimes it can take hours, and sometimes it's just half an hour or so. And uploading goes pretty fast because I have a very fast internet connection. Which gaming system do you use most for your gameplay videos? I think it varies, because I showed you quite a bit of the stuff that's in the game room, which is set up, but in the attic I have a lot of gaming systems that I can take out of the box and just hook up to the that one, to the PC, and yeah. Yeah, I use a lot of systems. The Amstrad CPC, the Commodore 64, a lot of different systems. So I think my favorite systems are the Genesis and the Commodore 64. So you'll probably see more footage of that. But the NAS and the SNES also. So I mean, it varies. It varies. And then 5, useful hardware software equipment recommendations. Well, I was using a single core Pentium 4 up till now for capturing, but that is just too slow. And it was a Pentium 4 running at about 2 gigahertz, and it was slower than the dual core to duo system that I have now. And this system I actually got cheap from Elise's work, my wife's work. It is running 1.8 gigahertz, so it's actually less gigahertz than the Pentium 4, but it's a lot faster. I guess it has to do because with the fact that it has 2 cores, and it's able to have the threads, the separate threads. And let me see. Yeah, a video capture card like the Pinnacle Rave or just a PCI capture card is very good for capturing footage, or use the Arcos if you have a media player that is capable of recording video as well. But you can also use something else. I have to see if I can dig it up. I rarely use it. It's a USB video grabbing thing. And I think I've left it. It's gone. I'm not sure. I can't seem to find it. Okay, so yeah, low budget gamers and high budget gamers, video equipment, useful hardware, software, video equipment. Well, let me show you what I was using. Okay, so this is my Windows 7 screen. Virtual Dub. Virtual Dub is freeware, and it's a video editing software that is able to cut and paste and stuff and insert. You can't do any fancy video stuff, but you do have filters. A lot of filters that you can use, blur and stuff. You can deinterlace, you can convert and stuff. So this Avery Lee Virtual Dub program is cheap. It's open source, and yeah, it does a lot of the things very well. Another thing that I use to grab footage directly from the video card is Descaler. And Descaler, it is not very compatible with Windows 7. It makes the system go to the Windows 7 Basic. I guess it has to do with the type of scaling that is used. But Descaler 4 is a freeware system that allows you to grab video footage with a lot of various TV grabbing cards, and takes away a lot of the lag. So you can actually play the game or even attempt a high score without your system going into lag. So it records pretty cool, pretty good. You do have to fiddle around with the settings and do a lot with the deinterlacing and stuff, but that's also free software. So yeah, and then what I also use is Windows Live Movie Maker. Everybody knows that, and of course the Pinnacle Studio 14. Sorry, excuse me. Studio 14 HD. It didn't cost me a lot. It was about I think it was about 40 euros, and it has a multi-layer video capabilities, much like Sony Vegas. But this is actually quite doable, Pinnacle Studio. That you can actually capture directly from the card or a camera as well, but this software does introduce a bit of lag, so it's better to use Descaler. Descaler grabs directly from the capture card. Yeah, I think that's basically it. And yeah, if you guys want to know more about how I do it, just comment and ask me some questions, and perhaps I'll be able to answer them. Yeah, the biggest problem I have with grabbing is interlacing and how do you say that, vertical jaggies, because the PAL system and the NTSC system is actually built up in an interlaced format, and the most standard TV signals are actually interlaced, so you have two half pictures in one frame, and with horizontal movement you always have jaggies, and you have to have special filters to get rid of that, or you have to have some interpolation or a lot of fancy stuff. But yeah, to my knowledge, the Genesis or the Mega Drive and the Nintendo systems, the SNES, the NES, the GameCube, and the Nintendo 64 all easily grab footage. The consoles that have most problems with grabbing are the ones that use the RF signal, because that's a very degraded signal, and there are some systems that only have RF, like the 2600, which is very difficult to capture, and yeah, sometimes people have to resort to emulators. But the RF, yeah, and the 7800 also very hard to capture, although I do have a French system that allows you to output RGB. It has a SCART, so you actually have a direct video signal. And yeah, most of the older systems, like the ColecoVision, also has RF out, and the VIC-20. Oh no, the VIC-20 can also have composite out. But those systems are. Oh, and the G7400, the video pack, the Odyssey 2, also has RF out only. I do have a system that is modded for SCART as well. So yeah, a lot of the older systems with RF out are hard to grab, because not all TV tuners like the old consoles. And yeah, grabbing from an LCD screen, that usually works fine, because you don't have the flickering of the screen, whereas these older CRT tubes do. This one is 50 Hertz, this one as well. You have, and that small one also. I have like three CRT tubes right there. But the older, you do have 100 Hertz tubes that grab wonderfully. I think Snestastic actually has a very good TV for grabbing footage from. And also Exfil 2708. I mean, he does. I think he also uses a lot of video cam grabbing from the screen. I tried it, and it seems to work well if I use this system, and I have a tripod over there, which I mount my camera on, and I want to have it facing the screen. Yeah, it has to be straight in front of the screen, and then move in like that. Hey, look, you see the refresh problem even with this system. So yeah, if you have it up like this, and the room is very light, very dark. I mean, not too dark, because then your camera has problems focusing. But you don't want to have the kind of things like this reflection of this light. So yeah, if it's not too dark, not too light, then it's very possible to capture very good footage from the LCD TV. But those things don't scale properly, and they do have problems with the older video signals, even composite video. I mean, I have a Samsung LCD TV. It's a 26-inch version. And that screen is great for standard or for RGB signals, but composite sometimes it just keeps twitching a bit and skipping a pixel, just jumping a pixel. I mean, and yeah. So I mean, for most modern systems like the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3 or my American Xbox that is connected over a component, this is a great TV. But for all the other stuff, SCART, S-Video, composite, these older TV systems work actually better. And yeah, I did use an old VCR to hook up my RF out NTSC top loader NES, which is NTSC RF out, and most European TVs won't understand that signal, but my VCR does, so it is able to feed that signal to the TV. Yeah, this actually translates the NTSC RF signal to a composite or RGB signal that I can play on my TV. And of course I can connect my Argos media recorder to the TV, so everything, also RF out signals, I'm able to capture from the TV if I put my Argos on the SCART connector. It has audio, what is it, video out. So I use that TV with a media recorder to actually capture the footage also from RF out, and I've been using that as well. So okay, I'm 17 minutes 55, so I have to do some major editing. Perhaps cut out some stuff or make a multi-part video. Perhaps it's not very interesting, I'm not sure. But, yeah, this is Mark on the video gaming hardware setup recording thing, open tag thing. Oh yeah, let's zoom in on the giraffe. Everybody's going to get very sick of this giraffe now, but yeah, wonderful, great, giraffe on top of the Stig's parcel that I've yet to send out. Look at that. John, another look at your parcel with the giraffe clock on it. Should the giraffe clock be in the parcel? I'm not sure. It's not going to be in this parcel though. Where's this giraffe clock going to end up? I'm not sure. Okay, Mark signing off. Say bye-bye to the giraffe clock. Bye-bye.